Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Century Countess aka Reaper Goth Videos. This is Reaper here, and we are doing another restoration video. We're actually giving Mr. Fancyman another makeover. As you know, we did a video years ago of the re-maintenance of his wig. And I kind of explain, how, over time the hairspray deteriorates, it starts to separate, you start to see teasing, and we wanted to add more volume and everything. And so we are going to do a little bit more to this wig with what we can, starting with a very good washing. We may not be able to do too much tonight. And hold on while I'm thinking of it. This screen does look a little dingy. Much better. Alright. Okay. Looks less kind of foggy. So, this is Mr. Fancyman. I'll show you a close-up. Now, and also his little hair pouch is off. So you get to see these beautiful ringlets, which we're going to try not to mess with these, but if we do, it's fine because these are going to get covered anyway. So if these end up being lost in the maintenance process, it's fine. Also, we've been watching a series called Harlots, and there's been a lot of beautiful men's hairstyles. So we're thinking of probably maybe taking some reference from some, because I know how I've been wanting to do a pompadour for Mr. Fancyman, but the hair is, as you can see, is not long enough for that. So I was thinking of maybe doing the pompadour, because I'm still thinking about doing the pompadour, and I've seen I've seen the series and I've seen the episodes of the wigs, and not all of them have like a bouffant that goes like down to here. There's actually ones that have gone like, closer, and then it's just flat. So I think we're going to stick with that, because that way we can get the pompadour that we want, and it will look just as good, and it will make Mr. Fancyman, as he would say, fancy! So, also, for those who are interested in wig making and hairstyling, especially with this period of Rococo, I strongly recommend The American Duchess Guide to 18th Century Beauty. It not only has techniques and methods on how to style hair, but it also has little tidbits on how to create makeup, historically accurate makeup, and strongly recommend. It even has the special recipes for the pomade, the hair powder, especially the colored versions, where they would not just use white powder, they would use like maybe pastel blues and pinks and those type of things. So yeah, that's all in there. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing we normally want to do is, before we do the washout, is we're going to do the brushing. So we're just brushing out all this teasing, and as you can see, and I can't even remember that I did this, we not only teased it, we patted it. So we're going to keep all that because we may reuse it, you never know. I also have some hair ties for some bits, because I know there's going to be some bits of this wig we want to try to keep in place. And if this ends up becoming an epic fail, at least we have Critic Critique's wig, which we can always add a different colored bow to it to turn it into Mr. Fancyman, if for some reason this wig does not survive the new maintenance. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of brushing. Because we did a lot of teasing in this wig. We were like literally determined to make sure that this wig got a good oomph in it. And I think I said, you know, once I tease this, it was going to be hard to untease it, and I was right. That video was a long time ago. I can't remember how. I want to say maybe 2-3 years. And then what we wanted to kind of do is we want to kind of, oh yeah, look at that. That is, okay, let me see. Is that more of him? Yeah, that's more of the hair. So, like for example, for the hair ties, we definitely want to try to keep these together, the ringlets. So I think what we're going to do as of right now is we're going to find those. Alright, so we need 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just in case we have 2 extras, because you never know. And then we're going to take this new one, and this will be the new holder that holds all the hair ties in place so they don't scatter around, because they fell out of the bag once and it was, let's just say, a real mess to clean up. I was almost ready just to sweep them all up and trash them and then just buy a whole bunch of others, but that's a waste of money. So we're not going to like fully tie them down. We're just gonna put a bit of thread, put a hair tie in, as close as we can. We're not really going to double it or anything. We just want it to be enough to keep the sections. There we go, the sections. Alright. It's already 7 minutes in this video. Now that we've got the ties ready, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush all the rest of this off camera, and we'll continue afterwards with the next step. And we're back. We have brushed the wig out. It almost, if you ignore the ringlets being tied awkwardly, it almost looks very close to how it looked when we first bought it. So the next step is we're going to wash it, get all the product out, and the plan is we are going to, as soon as we get done with one section, we're going to tie that off. There will probably be, when it dries, there will probably be, a thing like that. It will probably have a secured thing like that, but that's fine, because like I said, as long as it's, going in the section that we need it to, it's fine. If there is a dent in it from where it was tied and it dried just in that shape. But it's the only way, and it's going to be the same with the ringlets as well. As soon as we get done washing one section, we're going to remove the hair tie from one ringlet, wash that out, retie it. That way everything just stays secure, and it will also give us a chance to dive in and just, brush scrub some of the old makeup off. So first we're just going to dip it into this dish soap. And we're not like fully submerging the wig, we're just submerging the sections that we want washed. Like I said, we're going to try to, we don't really care about the ponytail, so that's not matter right now, as of now. Alright, so now we're just going to, now there is already soap in this, but I'm going to go ahead and add more. Like I said, we're just trying to get as much of that old foundation out. Now, to let you guys know, this will be a very long, lengthy video. And I think we may even, this may not be a part video, this may be a whole video, it just depends. Alright, now let's just, now, like I said, we are going to, hold on, my bad, okay. Where's that comb? It's just, find every loose bit of hair, and like I said, we're just going to ponytail it in sections so the other sections don't get interrupted or mixed into one another. That's one section. Where's the other one? Let me see. How are we going to do this? Right. Section 2. Also, I just had a thought bubble. I think what we'll do is we will untie these sections after we get done with washing the ringlet sections one at a time. And see, there is definitely some foundation in this. We want to brush it where the curl wants to be, where the curl wants to go, and the curl wants to go upwards, so we are going to brush it that way. Alright, that is one curl done. Next curl. And now we're gonna Now we're going to repeat on the other side, but I'm going to do all that off camera and I'll be back with the next step. We are back, and what I'm doing now is I have the wig. Normally with some wigs I will let them lay out flat and dry on their on a towel. Let them dry that way. But for a hard front wig, some hard front wigs, they shrink. So what we're doing is we have this on a very large canvas head that's close to my size, and we are we just finished pinning it in, as you just saw. Now we're just removing the ties from the sections that no longer need that, but we're not removing it from the ringlets. And now we're just, rebrushing. And like I said, this wig is not, it's not, obviously I will admit it's not fully cleaned. It's just, we just got enough to get the product out. If we wanted to do a thorough clean, it would be a hideous mess. This wig would not be at 100% where we want it to be. We would have to start from rock bottom. And that's, like I said, we'll have to end up removing a tie every now and then, and now comes the fun part. Here's where obviously the curls may end up going. So, because like I said, if we want this wig to even have some sort of form of fanciness still, we need to make sure that everything is as it should. So unfortunately, bye-bye to the curls. We can always recurl these in the future, or these might just as you can see, they're already trying to, if we just do it this way, we can always regain the curl. But as you guys know, Mr. Fancyman wears a ponytail pocket, which is very fashionable. And it protects the curl, of course. As you can see, these curls were redone years ago when we did our first maintenance video on Mr. Fancyman's wig, and they turned out great. We managed to restore them, and the pouch obviously did what its purpose. It actually saved the curls. We're just like working our way from the bottom all the way up. And as I've said in the past, we will be replacing this wig eventually. There are some nice wigs that I've seen. I'm not going to say where, because every time when I say where, those Pacific wigs vanish. When I boast about a certain, not just the wigs, when I boast about a certain item, I mention it, they disappear, or they stop being sold. So, alright, on to this one. We're going to do this one off camera, and we're back. We did a lot of brushing off camera, as you can tell. We did go ahead and remove the wig once more off the wig head, and then just brushed it out flat, and then we just put it back on, pinned it back on. It's almost dry in some places, literally, but are we going to do more work on it right now? No, not until it fully dries. But other than the side ringlets, it's literally almost back to how it used to look when we first got it. We have stretched it out because the cap part inside basically the wig cap itself is still wet, so we have stretched it out, and as you can see, it's trying to warp. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it taut and pin it down flat, just like that. So when it dries, it won't be warped or anything. Go ahead and add just another pin right here just to be on the safe side. Alright. So in part 2, we may attempt a false hairline to hide the hard front just slightly. I think I did that before in the previous video, how I kind of teased the front a bit to hide the hard front, so it has sort of a natural illusion. But for now, this is how Mr. Fancyman looks in his renovation. His side curls are still quite wet. Yes. So we will let him rest. We're probably going to go ahead and take some barrettes, well, not barrettes, hairpins, and then just secure some of the hair away from some places. Yeah. Let the ponytail hang. We'll let it hang like that. And then we're just going to, once again, take these out. And then we're going to go ahead and continue working on it, you guys. Let's just go ahead and get the curls back. All right, look at that. Look at that already. We are to see. All right, let's just. All right, let me go grab some pins. Alright, we grabbed our duck clips, so we're just going to literally see, can this do the same thing, just like the other curl did? It's trying. It's trying to. I will say this, the last Rococo men's wig that I got was from before I grabbed trying to think. Before I grabbed Critique's wig, I did try to get one from Temu, and the side ringlets were not long enough. This is why I like to go back to where I bought the Fancyman wig, because I know that these curls are quite long. So we don't want that there, so let's just try to brush that out of the way. Here. It's there. So when these dry how we want them, and then we can just spray, and then we won't have to do too much maintenance. Let's try to get that curl in. There's that one. Now, let's just do the same, brush that out, and then just let it flip up. This is why you want to brush the curl where it wants to go, and then it will do this, you guys. This is what will happen if you let the curl, if you brush the curl how it wants to go. If you don't, then it's a whole other story. So, yes. I also want to try to do this without splits. You know, just trying to make this as nice as possible. Where's the other? I thought I had a... Oh, there it is. There's the other clip. So what we're going to do is we're going to just grab this hairpin, slide it in the place of this duck clip. And then we're going to take this duck clip and then we're just going to curl it in as much as we can. And then just... There we go. Now let's try the other way. So it's literally just about back if we were to add the ringlet curl, if the 3 ringlets back. And look, they're already like saying, we want to come back, we want to come back. So it's just... Like I said, if you just flip them like this, they'll basically bounce back. Oh, this is going to be a long video. It's only already 27. I thought it was going to be like an hour, but it's not. Right. And as you can see, they're literally almost trying to come back. You just have to let the curl go where it wants to go. And it will just bounce back. It will literally just bounce back. Now, let's secure that tie a little bit more. There we go. They're not as fluffy as they were because, you know, we did wash the product out, and I'm sure the ponytail bits did have a little bit of teasing in them. But now it's all flat, but it literally looks like it did, almost like it did when we first got it. Okay. Now we're just going to take a comb, a fine comb. We're just going to comb out the splits, like there's a split right here. Let's just comb that out. And do the same. And it is wet, but why not? Get them pre-done. All right. Now, let's just spray the inside. There. Now, let's just give the curls a little bit of a sprint. Then, of course, there is fraying. There is frizz. So, what we can do about that is quite easy. Alright. One sec, Gar, so we'll just go. Just now the hair, this curl is okay, but these other two were just a little haggard, so we just trimmed off the fringy bits, and now it's like a fresh. Looks like it's been freshly curled. Right, now we're just going to. Spray that bit. Another layer. There. Now we're just going to let him rest. Add a little bit of curling. So that's probably about it for sure. We'll probably be doing a little bit of layering on the lower half of the hair, which is, you know, just this bit here, because what we're doing is we're creating, right, this, what you see right here is literally a false snake. Because we're just literally training it back into that shape again. We're basically helmeting it. We're just smoothing the hair. We're not touching any of the top part. Oh, by the way, if you hear something in the background, that's just my air conditioner. It's that time of year finally. So we got the air conditioner out. We don't have the full power of the air conditioner on, just the fan part. Because I don't know where all the other bits of that fan is. I have an idea, but I'm not going to dig into my closet tonight for it. And then, this is the water. I don't, look how dirty that is. That is, I want to say almost a decade of fanciness in this water. And it's about to be dumped out. So this is decades of Mr. Fancyman happiness in this water. And we're definitely going to get plenty of use of this wig again for maybe a little while longer till we decide we want to retire it. Or we might just keep it because, you know, it is Mr. Fancyman's first wig. And it won't be his last. So anyway, I'm getting very distracted, but I want to work more on this wig, but I can't right now. So I'm just going to let the rest of this wig rest. And then tomorrow, let's see, yeah, it's still not tomorrow, it's still today. It's only 11:24 at night. So tomorrow we'll probably do another video, working on this wig a little bit more. We will, let me see, we'll probably do the false hairline. We're not adding any hair, we're just doing a false, we're going to show you how we do tease a false hairline. It means more damage to the wig, but like I said, this wig is, you know, seen some days and it's already been damaged. Once you tease and stuff to a synthetic wig, it is damaged. But I'm quite impressed at how well it went back to where it should go. I'm literally impressed. But yeah, we are going to do something very different with the Mr. Fancyman hair wig. It's going to keep all its fanciness. It's just, we're going to basically take some ideas from the men hairstyles that we saw in Harlots, and we are going to recreate them. So it's going to be fun. I might even try to find some photos and show you in the next video. But until then, please like, subscribe if you have not, leave me comments, and hit that bell for more. We will be trying to do more wigs. We'll probably do a Countess wig more in depth, because the Countess does need a new Rococo wig. We're not getting rid of that beauty behind me right there. We just need, you know, another Rococo wig, something that she can use, you know, for a different style. So until next time, see you guys later.